Shouts out to my wife.
Snake, can you hear me? Snake.
Yo, my greatest fear. Yo, my greatest fear was other people. I was in a crowd. I was swimming. I was sinking. It was loud. We were screaming. I wish I was dead. My greatest fear is not knowing what to say. My greatest fear is being. My greatest fear is what I am. My greatest fear, carve the lamb. My greatest fear, you better be bopping in this club. My greatest fear rhymes with bub. My greatest fear shakes like my daddy. My greatest fear, having a golf caddy. My greatest fear is grabbing my legs when I'm dead. My greatest fear is in my head. My greatest fear, losing to Stefan Shelton in Magic. My greatest fear, my dad's dick. My greatest fear, I'm going in. I'm going up, I'm going down, my greatest fear, my greatest fear. My greatest fear is not being good. My greatest fear is currently living in the hood. My greatest fear is sitting right across from me. My greatest fear is riding on my ass. My greatest fear, stepping on the gas. My greatest fear, sponsored Topo Chico. My greatest fear, looking at some boobies. My greatest fear, alone in the movies. My greatest fear is white and black. My greatest fear is non-stop carnage. My greatest fear is cactus in your. My greatest fear is shaking for the Chinaman. I never told you what the China can. My greatest fear. My greatest fear, looking right before me. My greatest fear.